Good morning and welcome to Tales of a Teacher Thing. That's not even right. Welcome to It's a Teacher Thing from Tales of a Sixth Grade Teacher, Michelle Hickton. That's me. It is early. I mean, it's not early, but like my brain is still like, so excuse me if I make any mistakes like the one I just did. Today's tech tutorial is about Newsela. It can be pronounced many different ways. Newsela, Newsela. I don't know. I say Newsela. You say potato. Whatever. Newsela is a fantastic, fabulous resource with all sorts of articles, quizzes, activities. Super, super cool. So I just want to show you, I've used it many times. A lot of people are using it now because they have free access to everything with the coronavirus issue. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like if you were to get it after the whole quarantine free thing. It might look a little different, but the bare basics are going to be the same. So you're going to be at newsela.com, which of course will be linked on the resource page and linked in the description of this video. And what you're going to want to do is click join now, because obviously you want to join. And so once that screen comes up, you're going to say for you that you're an educator, because hopefully you are. If you're a student watching this, then hey, you would click student, but we're going to just look at educator. And then you would answer, are you a faculty member at a K-12 school or a higher educational institution? I'm going to assume you are, so I'm going to put yes. And then for your role, are you a teacher, a principal? Let's just go with teacher. And then you're going to click next. Again, this is what I harp on. My recommendation, now of course you do you, but my recommendation is always sign up with Google or Microsoft or Clever, because that way everything's linked. You don't have to remember 8 majillion passwords. So you would click sign up with Google. Now I'm not going to, because I already have an account. So I am just going to go back to the main page and sign in with my account, which would bring up the same kind of thing that you would see if you clicked, sign up. I'm going to practice what I preach and sign in with Google. And this is Newsela or Newsela. This is the home page. So it brings you to some, like current events, kind of prominent articles. There's all sorts of things. I haven't even explored everything here. So, you could just get in here and click around and just be like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It'd be like OMGs, like little bombs going off. But I'm just going to kind of show you the basics. Okay, so the first thing that you can do is you can search for articles by category. So you could go with social studies, science, ELA. Just look in the library, news. They even have articles specifically for election 2020. Let's say that you're a social studies teacher, so maybe you click social studies. It is going to bring up not only some articles over here on the right, just like some just things that think she'll like. But there are collections that you can look at over here on the left. These are really cool. So let's say you wanted to look at unearthing ancient civilizations. You would click on that, and it brings up articles that go with those topics specifically. So let's say you're teaching river valleys, Mesopotamia, Egypt, Wanghe, Indus. Click on that. That'll bring you up, and it has like resources, so it aligns with C3 framework if you're doing that. It has a compelling question. It has art. So it basically has whole little units for you. So this has perspectives. It has, this is really cool if you want a topic with a bunch of resources on that topic. So I would highly recommend, and then you can like back out by clicking here and clicking here. You can back out to where you started, and you can back all the way out to the collections. So, United States history, ancient civics. It's just, these are whole units. You can see it says unit. So that's going to give you multiple articles on one unit topic. So that would be really great if you were doing a unit on River Valley civilizations and you wanted an article for each day or for each week. That would have them all right there for you in that one spot. It's pretty helpful. But let's say you're just on here to look for an article on polytheism. Maybe you're teaching religion. So the best way to find that, the easiest way, is just use the search bar. So click search. Obviously COVID-19, that's pretty popular search right now. But let's say you want to look at polytheism. It brings up a lot of different articles. There's one on polytheism in world religions, polytheism, the belief in many gods. It's also going to bring you up ones about monotheism, and then just different religions, Allah, Christianity, African religions. So let's, and it can, these are articles. Text sets would bring up like the units we just looked at, where it has a couple of different articles in one set. But let's just say we're looking at, we wanted to assign and look at this polytheism in world religions article. So we would click on the article, and it will bring it up. Let's look at a different one, because I've already assigned that one. So let's look at polytheism, the belief in many gods. Apparently I've already assigned this one too. So the first thing you'll see is it just has the whole article. So that is, you can preview the article, you can see whether or not you think it's something that you want to share with your students. There are activities over here, such as there's a quiz at the end of each activity, so I like that. There's also a writing prompt. Newsela will give you a prompt, which is pretty cool, that you can use, and then the students can just type right into the prompt right there. The cool thing up here is you can adjust the lexile level. So like this one, you can go all the way up to 1240, or you can go all the way down to 600. And you'll just see that when you adjust the lexile level, it just makes it easier to read. And the cool thing is once you've assigned it to your students, then as they do different quizzes and they read over articles, Newsela will figure out their reading level and automatically adjust it for them, which is pretty nifty. So you can save the article, you can print the article only, the article and the quiz, and the answers. It's pretty cool. And then you can also import your Google classes. So you can then assign these to your classes. So that is pretty cool. You just import your Google Classrooms, and then when you're in the article, you can just assign it to your classroom. So let's say that I wanted my kids to read this article on Biden bouncing back on Super Tuesday. I don't, because we don't talk about election stuff that much in 6th grade. We do a little bit, but not enough to use Newsela. But anyway, you would just click assign, and then you would create your class, pick your class, you would put some instructions, and then you would assign, and then you would push it out to Google Classroom. So let's just say I'll just go and delete it after I do it, but I'm going to assign it to my first period, read this, and then I would click assign. And then to push it out to Google Classroom, I would click on this share button, and then click on Google Classroom and share it out with them. And then you can actually go in. I won't, because I don't need you to see their names and everything, but it'll show you when they've read it. It'll actually show you how much time they've spent reading it. So when a kid emailed me and was like, have I finished everything? I went in and said, nope, you read the article for less than 30 seconds. So you can, see have they done the quiz, how they do on the quiz, what level did they read it at. So that's pretty cool. And then it saves, so every article that you've saved, it saves it for you in your content. So these are all the articles that I have saved over time. So this just makes them kind of easier to find. And then you can look at all of your assignments. So these are all of the assignments that I've created over the years that I've used this. So, it's just a really, really, really good website to use to assign things out to your Google Classrooms. So I recommend that you check it out. So here's where so if you wanted to create a Newsela class, you would go to your name and your settings, like I just did, and then you could sync more classes. So, these are all synced from Google Classroom. You can create a class and invite your students from your class. If I had another class that I wanted to add from Google Classroom, I would add it here. That's how you add classes. And then, you can just go into the library and didn't click on that. And browse and look through. And this is a great, apparently you can read about recipes. Chocolate dipped orange slices. That does not appeal to me, but maybe that appeals to you. So Newsela is just a great tool. The best way to learn about it is just to get in there and click around, see what you can find. But hopefully that was just a little bit, I know that was a little less cut and dried, step 1, step 2, step 3 than my other tutorials, but Newsela is easily figured out, and it's a lot easier to figure out when you're just kind of clicking around and playing around. But I'm also very popular on my phone over here. But that you can always reach out to me. You can ask me questions, pop over onto my Instagram, hit me up on the blog, the YouTube channel, anything, and I'm always happy to answer your questions. If I don't know the answer, like I said, I have smart friends. I have not smart friends, but I do have smart friends, and they probably know the answer. So hit me up. It's a teacher thing. Tales of a 6th grade teacher. Here for you with some more tutorial videos coming your way later today. Ooh, that rhymed. In the meantime, see you later. I'm out.